Hello, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be learning 5 cool language techniques. Now, based on my experience as a teacher, what I've noticed is that when students are looking for language techniques that a writer has used, they tend to look out for the most basic ones such as nouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives. And this is because sometimes they lack the knowledge of sophisticated language techniques, or perhaps they're just too lazy to look for them. Now, there are thousands of language techniques out there, but I'll be focusing on only 5 in this video. I think that quality is more important than quantity, and it's better for students to learn these 5 instead of learning a lot of techniques that are out there and not knowing their meanings or not being able to identify them when they are given an extract. The first language technique on our list is hyperbole. Hyperboles are exaggerated statements not meant to be taken literally. So, for example, the brightness of her cheek would shame those stars. We know that it's impossible for someone's cheek to be brighter than the stars, so there is definitely no competition going on between your cheeks and the stars. Another example of hyperbole is at that time, Bogota was a remote city where an insomniac rain had been falling since the beginning of the 16th century. Obviously, this is an exaggeration as it cannot rain non-stop. The second language technique on our list is oxymoron. Oxymorons contain words or phrases that contradict each other. So let's take a look at an example. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. This is obviously a contradiction. It's like saying the law is equal for everyone except for some. So in this example that I've just shown you, if I said something like all animals are equal, it wouldn't be an oxymoron. But because I've added some animals are more equal than others, I've obviously contradicted myself. Another example of oxymoron is his honor rooted in dishonor stood and kept him falsely true. So we can see here series of words that have opposite meaning: honor, dishonor, falsely true. Third language technique, metaphor. We use metaphors to make comparisons between two things that aren't alike but do have something in common. An example of a metaphor is the sun in the west was a drop of burning gold. As you can see, the sun is compared to gold. Sun and gold are not alike, but they have something in common, which is they are both yellow. Another example of metaphor, memories are bullets. Okay, so here memories are compared to bullets, and you could say, well, what do they have in common? The writer tells us what they have in common. He says, some whiz by and only spook you, others tear you open and leave you in pieces. The fourth language technique on our list is personification. This is actually my favorite language technique. Personification is when you give human qualities to an object. For example, the cream houses ran away into the west like a pale Victorian watercolor. Running away is an action that only humans and animals can do, so the cream houses in this example have been given human features. Another example of personification is you start to freeze as Aura looks you right between the eyes. The action of looking is something that we do. Aura cannot look at you, is the other way around, but it has been personified here, it has been given authority. Last but not the least, we have alliteration. This is when you have a sentence in which the same letter or the same sound is repeated at the beginning of some words. For example, fair is foul and foul is fair, over through the fog and filthy air. So you can see that the letter F is constantly repeated. Fair, foul, foul, fair, fog, filthy. The same can be said for our second example. And screams meshed with the sickening smell of woolen black clothes worn in summer weather and green leaves wilting over yellow flowers. Same thing with the previous example. We have words like screams, sickening, smell that begin with the letter S. And then we have woolen, worn, weather, wilting that begin with the letter W. So we have come to the end of this video. I hope you learned something new. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the video. Thank you.